And that's where you have to take you, because one person who did great work for Ghana, beside what Kafu is doing for our country, is also the former president who also passed, President John Evans Atta, and we all do know him, Professor. A ceremony is now being held to commemorate his life, his achievement. And Maxwell Agbagba is joining us from that famous Asumdwe Park just close to the Yosu Castle. And what can you tell us, Maxwell? Maxwell, how is the ceremony going like?
Well, Roland, the ceremony just ended here at the Asumdwe Park. We had a wreath laying ceremony. It just ended. We had, tributes being read by the Chief Executive Officer of the Atta Institute, Mr. Koko Anyidoho himself, read a tribute. He read a message, presentation from the presidency. We had Jerry Ahmed Saib. He is currently working with Mr. Koko Anyidoho, the Coastal Development Authority, of which Jerry Ahmed is the Chief Executive Officer. We are told they'll be carrying out some works here at Asumdwe Park. You remember that for some time now, the Asumdwe Park really, before the celebration of the 8th anniversary, it wasn't in a good state. So there was some kind of facelift before today's 8th anniversary. And right now, what they're going to do is to cut the sword. It's going to be a sword cutting, short sword cutting ceremony for the total renovation of the Asumdwe Park, which is going to be spearheaded by the Coastal Development, Authority. So as you can see, in the shot right now, it's Mr. Koko Anyidoho, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Atta Institute, and Jerry Ahmed Saib, he's the Chief Executive Officer of the Coastal Development Authority.
We do this in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
So what you're watching right now is a sword cutting ceremony, and right after this we'll be hearing from Mr. Koko Anyidoho. We'll be hearing also from the Chief Executive Officer of the Coastal Development Authority. We want to hear the details of this renovation of this place.
Prof, I told you I'll do it. Prof, I told you I'll do it. It's being done. We thank the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He's doing it not for his sake, but that God's name will be glorified. This country is too divided along political lines. You wanted to change it and transform it. You didn't finish, Prof. I will continue. We shall continue. We shall build a better Ghana. Sleep well, sir.
The words of Mr. Koko Anyidoho. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the Atta Institute. That has been done. He did this together with the Chief Executive Officer of the Coastal Development Authority. We'll be finding out from them the details of this. Let's get closer, see if we can. Let's see if we can have a word. Mr. Koko Anyidoho, you're welcome to JoyNews, Mr. Koko Anyidoho. We want to find out what the sword cutting that we're going to do. What exactly did you promise, Prof?
I'm not too sure what exactly you want me to say, because I've said all there is to be said. I worked for a good man. He had faith in me. I wasn't jobless, I wasn't homeless. I came from a good home, good background, good education. I had skill, I had talent God gave me. President Mills noticed my skills, noticed my talent, and decided that he was going to use it to the best of his ability. I'm not saying he was a father, so he kept me, he taught me. We ran a campaign, we won an election. We had a vision, we had a direction, we had dreams for this nation. Somehow, God decided to call him to rest. But in the Bible, when Moses had to go get up and take the mantle, maybe I've been behaving like a a Jonah for so long, running away from what destiny has for me. I've ended up in the bellies of whales, and I've ended up in the bottom of ships. I've been vomited on seashores, and now I accept my destiny. I have a duty and a role to perform in this country via the Atta Institute, and I'll do it for God's kingdom to be established.
Now, in your speech, you said you've been demonized many times. Demonized by
I'm not going to go in, I'm not going to cascade into that. I said it, and then I think I want to stay on positive ground.
But finally, before you go, you've observed the political climate now, the voter registration exercise characterized by some violence in certain part of the country. We know Atta stood for peace. He was a man of peace. What do you make of these happenings?
It's not right. It's not proper. In fact, that's the reason why the Atta Institute has come. It's for civic education and public policy advocacy. What we have done in the nation is that we have concentrated our democracy on voting and elections. So the election has become a monster that is eating us up. We have neglected the civic education aspect of growth and development. Interestingly enough, constitutionally, the National Commission for Civic Education and the EC, whatever, they are ranked constitutionally. They are creations of the Constitution. So the EC chair and the NCC chair are ranked. I mean, they are protected by statute. Now, on the lighter side, Josephine Nkrumah, who is the chairperson of the NCC, and Jean Mensah, who is the EC chairperson, are all my classmates. We were in the university together from first year to final year. But interestingly, the NCC is hold, when I say hold, H-O-L-E-D, in a small office within the EC building. That's where the NCC is positioned. It tells you how we have, hidden the NCC and projected the EC. You understand? But the civic education aspect of our growth and development is more critical than voting. But politicians have decided consciously to bury the civic education, and they've put us on voting and elections. That's why we are killing ourselves. This institute wants to open up the civic education. They realize that voting will pale into insignificance. The politician doesn't want to be reduced to ground zero, so he will hide the civic education and make you glue you to voting. Because once the civic education comes up, people may not even be interested in voting because sugar and toilet, that's why you're voting for. Is that not it? But if through civic education, you can create that rice farm yourself and build your own toilet, when he comes around, will you listen to him? No. So that's what we are doing. And I need your help. If I only started the question, I didn't know that's where you're going. I was going to stop you. Because henceforth, I think I'm tired. Hard political, yes, I'm a politician. I haven't stopped being a politician. And I haven't stopped being NDC. But just like medical doctors, as we speak now, they are surgeons who are in the theater, performing delicate surgery to save lives. They are MPP, they are NDC, they are CPP. But they don't go into the theater with their political colors. Because they have to what? Save lives. So I'm a NDC. But with the Atta Institute, it's for civic education, public policy advocacy. We have to save this nation. We have to save lives. Even with the politics that we are doing, this politics of insults. And the president did something the other day. So I'll say it so that it's not like I'm just being one-sided. President Mills one time when he went to deliver a State of the Nation address, and he inadvertently forgot to acknowledge the then Chief Justice, her ladyship Justice Theodora Georgina Wood. Immediately we left the castle. For those days we were here. Of course, I was the head of his communications. I was his spokesperson, everything, speechwriter. So we got to know that he had not acknowledged the woman. I thought that, as the PR manager, I would gather the castle press corps. Some of them are here. And